All right, what's up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down and analyzing a game from the East. Okay, and this is going to be a game of blue-yellow Nami. You heard that correctly, blue-yellow Nami versus red-blue Ace. Okay, so I cannot wait to get into this. But real quick before we do, I believe this was, it says 3 days ago at the bottom left when this was when this first streamed. And I think EB-03 came out in the East on October 25th or somewhere in that ballpark. So the EB-03 cards should be available to be played in these games. So let's do this, guys. Let's get right into it. I will have everything time-stamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant links and stuff like that in the comment section below. If you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those down in the comment section below, or hop on the VB Theory Discord. Link will be in the channel description. This video is brought to you by Nin Garden. Pre-orders are now open for the Journey's End playmat featuring the Pirate King, with a 1 in 20 chance to pull the special Wanted Bounty variant. Plus, the Chaos and Crown collection, including the Berserk and Absolute Ruler playmats, are available at a discounted price. Nin Garden is also introducing their new soft cloth hybrid playmats, now available with select designs. And don't forget to use the code TheVVTheory at the checkout to get 8% off on your next order. Alright guys, let's get right into this. Let me make sure the volume is off and the speed on 2x. Okay, we are good to go. Now real quick, we have the blue-yellow Nami player over on the left, and we have the red-blue Ace player on the right. One more thing, let me check real quick. Let's get the quality up to 1080p. Okay, that should help, right? Okay, very good. Now I can see the hands a little bit better. So it looks like the blue-yellow Nami player is starting off with a... I can't quite tell what that is on the far left. It might be a 2K counter Hiyori alt art. And then they have Nojiko, the new 7-cost Nico Robin, the 1-cost searcher for Nami. It's a 1-cost top 4 searcher for Nami that can get any 2-cost to 8-cost character. Okay, really good. And then it looks like another Hiyori over on the far right, the 2K counter alt art. Over in the red-blue Ace player's hand, it looks like we have a, going from right to left, looks like they have a Searcher Izo, the 5-cost 6K blue Yamato that attaches a Dawn to the leader and draws 2, the 4-cost 6K blocker Marco, the Edward Newgate, the 10-cost blocker Edward Newgate, the draw 2 trash one, and then a 2K counter Uda blocker. Okay, now let's do this, guys. Let's get right into it. I'm pretty sure red-blue Ace wants to go first, but I don't think if I don't think blue-yellow Nami minds going first. Excuse me, I think red-blue Ace wants to go second. My apologies. But I think blue-yellow Nami doesn't mind going first. However, I do think it's probably wiser to take away your opponent's preference, if possible. Okay, so here we go. So it looks like the Nami is going to go first here. They're going to start off with a top 4 search for a card that costs from 2 to 8. And that is a Nami exclusive searcher that's come out in OP. Okay, hang on. I already missed the search. That comes out in EB-03. Now, we have a 4-cost Kikinojo, the 5-cost Nami, another 1-cost searcher, and the 2-cost, it's a promo card we don't have access to just yet in the West. I think it's called Young Girl or something like that. Really good card for Nami. Okay, let's see what they choose to go with. That Nami's very tempting, but it looks like they're going to go with the Kikinojo. Looks like they're going to choose to go with the Kikinojo, and now they're going to set their remaining cards at the bottom of their deck in any order, and then they're just going to pass the turn. That was turn 1 for Nami, and now we're going over to turn 1 for red-blue Ace, starting off with an Izo search, of course. Looks like they find the red 9-cost Edward Newgate. They're going to attach a Dawn to their leader in case they have to take a damage this turn to draw an extra card with their leader effect, and they're going to pass it back. Okay, turn 2 for Nami. Let's go ahead and poke in for 6K. Very nice. I always love attacking for minimum numbers when I can. I do prefer, let me pause for a second. To use some chess terms, to borrow some chess terms, I prefer development over activity most of the times. And I think that's the way to go in One Piece. Just develop, develop, develop. But you do need to poke along the way. And that's why I prefer the minimal attacks when possible. Okay, so 2 Dawn left. The Nami's going to play out a Hiyori. They're going to take a card from the top of their life and put a card from their hand on the top of their life. I did not see what card it was, but that activates the leader's effect, and now they're drawing a card. So the 2-cost Hiyori is actually just an incredible, incredible card for blue-yellow Nami. Okay, so they're going to attack, and they're going to choose to take it. It was the Kikinojo, of course, that makes sense. And then the red-blue ace player is going to follow up with the 4-cost Marco. But that was all for Dawn for the turn. And now, oh, I see a pudding. Hang on, we have a lot to talk about, guys. I'm sorry, I am going to hit back real quick and talk about this. That was all for Dawn for the red-blue ace player. So they do not have any Dawn to attach to their leader to draw an extra card if they take damage this turn to their life or if they lose a character. Now, check out this hand. Okay, they do have a red rock. Maybe this was the card on the far left that I could not quite see. Well, no, I see a Hiyori. Maybe they drew this from one of the other effects. Either way, they have a 6-cost red rock now, a 4-cost pudding, another Kikinojo, and a 2-cost young girl promo card. All right, this is a very good hand. And I have to say this, both players started with a very good hand. Okay, let's see what the Nami player chooses to do on 5. It looks like they're going to choose to play out. I think playing out the 2-cost card, Young Girl, is a very good call. So that way they can transition into next turn a little bit more, a little better. Oh, hang on. We got a Nojiko. Pause. Going to start off with the Nojiko. Probably going to bounce the Marco back to hand. That is another Nami exclusive card. They're going to choose to bounce the 4-cost Marco back to hand. And then probably swing for 6 with the leader. Actually, 6 with Kikinojo, and then maybe 7 with the leader if they play out the 2-cost Young Girl and go from there. Let's see what happens. Okay, going to bounce that back. Going to play out Young Girl. That's going to allow them to draw a card. And now they're going to be able to use the activate main of that effect, or of that card. Excuse me, it does draw a card and trash a card. Now they get to attach a Dawn to their leader with that effect. And now 6k is coming in with the Kikinojo, and then it's going to be 7k coming in with the leader here. Unless they choose to leave a Dawn open for maybe the Searcher event. Or excuse me, they might not have the event. Never mind. Okay, I thought they had that. They do not. And they took a life, and now they're going to get to draw a card. Nami gets to draw a card from that effect. And this was set up perfectly for next turn for Nico Robin on a 7 Dawn turn, which costs exactly 7. They're going to be able to use this Young Girl here to give the Nami an extra Dawn. Really well played so far by the blue-yellow Nami player. Okay, Ace is on their turn 3. They're going to swing for 6, and they get a not a Kikinojo. They get a Jozu, and they're going to push a card back to hand, which I believe was the Kikinojo. Okay, we get a 5-cost. I believe that's some type of Altart Nami there. I don't even remember what that one is, guys. I don't know all the Altarts that well. I'm sorry. Okay, so here we go. Or maybe it's a promo. It might be a promo Nami. So here we go. This was exactly the game plan. Let's pause and talk about it. That 7-cost Nico Robin says on play, I think it's trash a card from your hand, and then if your leader is Straw Hat Crew, you can trash the top 2 cards of your life, or excuse me, trash 1 card from the top of your life, and then add 2 cards from the top of your deck to the top of your life. So you go down 1 life, but go up 2 life. So you actually go +1 in life, and now you have a 7-cost 8k on the board that has an on KO effect to burn up your opponent's life. And excuse me, and actually, I believe it's worded that it deals 1 damage. So that can even win you the game, potentially, if your opponent has no life left. Okay, and that's also going to activate the blue-yellow Nami's leader effect. This is really nice here for the Nami player, guys. I do not pre-watch these games, so I don't know who wins or anything like that, or how the games go. Okay, and then they attach a Dawn to the leader with the Young Girl, promo Young Girls effect, and swing for 6, and that's met with a 1k counter. But like I was saying, guys, I don't pre-watch these games, so I don't know exactly how they go, but things are looking very good for the blue-yellow Nami player, and I don't see the 8-cost event for the red-blue Ace. So they're not even going to get to play out a 10-cost on curve here. So that was the one thing for their pool that was not ideal. Everything else seemed very good in hand. Okay, going to pay 1 and do a top search. Let's see what they find. Okay, I was not able to see, but they grabbed the 10-cost Edward Newgate. And now for 1 more Dawn, they're going to play out a Garp. Let's see what they find here. Okay, this is going to be a top 4 search for a card that costs 3 or more. That's only available in Ace, Sabo, and Luffy. Okay, going to pay 5 to play out the Yamato to draw 2 and attach a Dawn to the leader. And this board is not very scary yet, guys. The red-blue Ace player's board is really not all that scary, because let's not forget what blue-yellow Nami can do for her effect. She can trash a card from her hand, and now she's a 7,000 power leader for the turn. Okay. 1 Dawn left. Looks like he's deciding. Okay, going to play out the blue. Hang on, what all just happened there? Was that a... Oh, I see. So the Nami player is countering out of the 7k attack here from the Ace leader, I believe. Or maybe it was the Jozu. I missed which one attacked there. Either way, going to follow up with a Searcher, Ezo. Going to grab a... Oh, they thought about the Vista. They were thinking about Vista. I can't see their hand, guys. Instead, they grabbed the 2K counter Jozu, I believe. I think that was an alt-art for the 2K counter Jozu. Okay, and now we're back to the Nami player. This is going to be a 9 Dawn turn for them. They have access to Red Rock, but I think they need to save that. Oh my gracious. It looks like we're about to get hit with a pudding. With a, you ask your opponent, hey, how many cards do you have in hand? And they know what's coming. They know it's coming immediately then. All right, here we go. Okay, the 8-cost event is in hand. Gonna go ahead and pudding right away. I was gonna say there could have been a very greedy play there to like maybe attack for 8 first to see if they would take that to draw 2 cards, one from their leader effect and one from life, and then play out pudding. But I think they did this the right way because they would have more than likely countered out. Okay, they draw. Let's see what they just drew into. Hang on, that was a pretty decent draw. They get 5 cards from that. Okay, 1-cost Garp. That is a 2K counter Jozu, I believe. And then 2K counter Uda with blocker, 10-cost Roger, and a 4-cost Atmos. I believe the Atmos, I think you have to reveal 2 Whitebeard Pirates type cards from your hand to bounce a 4-cost or lower back to the opponent's hand. And they only have a single card that's Whitebeard Pirates in their hand other than the Atmos. But I'm sure they'll draw into something here soon. Okay, but that was definitely not the hand he wanted versus the 8 cards I believe he had before. All right, so we have 5 Dawn left. We're going to use the 2-cost promo Nami's effect here to attach the Arrested Dawn to the leader. And then it's going to be a 9,000 power attack, I believe, into the Jozu maybe. Okay, going to use the effect of Ezo here to cycle out a card they don't want. And now it looks like, again, I believe this is 9,000 at Jozu. I could be mistaken. Okay, it was. And that card's gone. And now the ace is going to get to draw a card from that from their leader effect. Okay, that's already a pretty good start to this turn for the Nami player. It looks like they're just going to go ahead and follow up with an 8,000 power attack to the leader red-blue ace. And guys, I personally would take this. You just lost all of your hand advantage. Okay, they're gonna use another Ezo here to cycle out their hand. That 9-cost Newgate might come in very handy here. Might come in very, very handy. Okay, and then a 2-cost Nojiko is going to be played out. And there were 6 cards on the board. There were 6 characters. So another card had to be removed from the board, and it was the other Nojiko. Okay. See, now speaking of which, maybe they should have used that Nojiko first before the first pudding. Who knows? Okay, here we go. So it looks like the red-blue ace player is going to pay 10 and play out a 10-cost Edward Newgate. That's going to allow, it's a 10-cost 12K blocker. That's going to allow them to draw 2, trash 1, and attach 2 Dawn to a character and 2 Dawn to a leader. Swinging in for 8, the Nami player takes that, and here we go. We are on a 10 Dawn turn now for the Nami player, and I think, oh wow, it looks like we drew into Akuma at some point. Red Rock, just get that thing off the board immediately. Attach a Dawn for free with the promo 2-cost Little Girl, and now there's still 4 Dawn left. There might be a, there's 4 Dawn left, not 6. There's 4 Dawn left because that was Red Rock. Not a great follow-up, to be honest, but it looks like they might just kind of attack them down here a little bit. We'll see what happens. Could attach 2 Dawn to... Yes, could attach 2 Dawn to the pudding. Let's swing in for more. Okay, they're down to 3 cards in hand, guys. Swing in for 8. I'm going to be honest, I'm surprised that the... Well, actually, I was going to say, never mind. I was going to say I was surprised that the Red Blues player did not take that, but there was still the big 8K attack from the leader coming in. All right, so down to 1 life. This is not a spot you want to be in as the red-blue ace player, obviously. Because let's not forget, guys, that Nico Robin on the board, the 7-cost, 8,000 power Nico Robin, has an on KO to deal 1 damage. So that's not even a card they can really deal with all that well, unless they have like a Red Rock maybe to bottom deck it to get around the on KO. Okay, here comes 10-cost 12K number 2. Attaching 2 Dawn to a character and a leader, drawing 2, trashing 1, and a massive blocker. And let's see what they got there. I didn't see it. Kind of hard to see from this angle. Looks like it might have been a beige. Yeah, it was. And okay, wow, look at this, guys. Look at the hand. We have to look at this hand. Blue-yellow Nami. Blue-yellow is such a cool color combination. Look at this hand. So it looks like we might not even be able to play out this 5-cost Nami at any point this game, which I think their time is kind of past. If I'm not mistaken, that's the new Nami that has the ability to, on play, if your opponent has 3 or more life cards, you add the top card of their life to their hand or something like that. But guys, we have access to 6-cost Kuma and a 10-cost 12K Edward Newgate. All right, here we go. We still have the 2 Hioris. We have the 2K counter beige. This is looking very good here. Very nice. Okay, going to play out the 10-cost 12K Edward Newgate. Okay. They're going to get to do a draw 2 trash 1. It looks like they got rid of a 2-cost. Is that a Zeus? I think that's a promo Zeus in the trash there. Or is that Shirahoshi? I can't really tell from this angle. Okay, either way, attaching a bunch of Dawn to the leader, attaching Dawn to the 7-cost. Now, Nami does need to be careful here. Nami does need to be careful here because going down to 0 life means the red-blue ace player is going to be able to use their 10-cost 13K Goldie Roger. Okay, wow. Didn't we just cycle all of these cards out of the red-blue ace player's hands? I think we got rid of like 2 or 3 of the 10-cost Edward Newgate, and they've got even more for us. Okay, interesting, but we do have to talk about that. So the red-blue ace player decides to develop a 5-cost Yamato, which is going to attach a Dawn to the leader for free, and then they're going to be able to do a draw 2. Okay, and then they swing in. They're swinging in for 6, swinging in for 12 with the Edward Newgate, and developed a bunch of blockers. Okay, I see what's going on here. I see what they're trying to do, but I think I would have taken that turn. I would have used it in a very greedy way. Pause, guys. Let's pause on the board state. I do not know if I would have attacked in the way that they did. I think I would have attacked in with the leader, obviously. But then I think I would have developed a 10-cost 12K and did a draw 2 trash 1, and then attach a bunch of Dawn, attacking very aggressively, and then had another blocker. Maybe I would have even attacked in with my leader, or excuse me, my blocker Newgate, because I'm developing another blocker. And then, yes, it's true you'd have these other cards in hand, like the Vista, the Marco, and the Yamato, but that's okay. You know, we can trash one of those cards with our leader for a 2K counter, and I think you kind of want to go down to 0 power here, or 0 life, to set up for your next turn 10-cost Goldie Roger. We'll have to see what happens, though. Let's see how this game pans out. Okay, blue-yellow ace player is deep in thought here. They're going to go ahead and play out another Edward Newgate. This is awesome. This is just, juggernauts everywhere. Okay, so they do a draw 2 trash 1. And let's see what they end up trashing. They trash the 5-cost blue Nami. Again, I'm not exactly sure what that card is, guys. I've seen it before, but I can't remember what that one does. I'll try to put it on the screen if I remember to edit that into the video, guys. Okay, here we go. Looks like they, with that Edward Newgate, they get to attach 2 Dawn to their leader, 2 Dawn to a character, and then they get to attach another Dawn to their leader with the promo. That 2-cost young girl has gotten a lot of value this game. Okay, here we go. Smashing in for, was that 10? Going to go ahead and block with the Marco to draw 3 cards. Seems good. All right, here we go. Actually, it might have just been 2 cards. They might not have had any Dawn attached to their leader. I can't remember. Either way, the red-blue ace player is still in this game. Things are looking a bit scary here, though, because as time moves on, that Nico Robin is just not going anywhere. Okay, going to play out the 8-cost event to play out the 10-cost Roger for 2 Dawn cheap. And that is, I believe that's the 3rd Roger we've gone through here, guys. Okay, draw 2 trash 1, attach 2 Dawn to a character and to a leader, and going to swing for 8,000. Going to swing for 8,000. Let's see what happens here. This is at the leader, of course. Now, they can trash a card. They trash the event to go plus 2,000 for the turn, and then they're going to 2K counter out of that with the beige. And here we go. Now we have an 8,000 power attack coming in. Looks like it's just going to be a block. And then it's going to be 12 at leader, not at the Edward Newgate. Okay. And then a 4-cost, a 6-cost Uda gets developed for 2 Dawn. Very nice. Okay, here we go. Another Red Rock. Seems good. Hang on. There are 2. Oh, but there's 2 blockers. I was going to say, wait a minute. They might be able to sneak lethal here, but it turns out there were 2 blockers in a life. So only 1 blocker gets bottom decked there, of course. And here we go. It looks like the ace player. So, 8,000 power attack is coming in for the Nico Robin into ace. That gets countered out of with the leader effect and a 1K. And now they have 2 cards left in hand, a 2K and a 1K. Let's see what happens here. Okay, here we go. Swinging in for, what is this, 2, 4, 5. Swinging in for 10,000. Looks like they're going to take that. The red-blue ace player is going to take it, and they might. I think, yeah, it's very tempting. I think I might swing all out here, guys. I'm going to be honest. I mean, there's only one blocker. There's only one blocker. And I think we have seen them, okay, swing for 12. He's thinking about it. He's like, wait a minute. So, pause. Let's do the math. Let's do the math, guys. So, if every card in the red-blue ace player's hand is a 2K counter, that would put them from 6 to 8, 10, 12, and then 14. Or if the last one's a 1K, 13. It would take every single card from the ace player's, from the red-blue ace player's hand here to survive this attack with this 12K attack. So I think I would actually go for it. I would call their bluff. I would say, all right, listen, man, you've already used your leader effect too, I believe, for the turn. There's no way you just drew into just nothing but 2K counters. I think I'd call their bluff. I'd probably check their trash. That's the first thing I would do is check their trash. And then I think I'd be swinging here, guys. I'm not going to lie. Because remember, we do have 1 life left as the blue-yellow Nami player. So we have our leader effect to get up to 2,000 by just trashing a card. And we have 3 Hyoris in our hand. So even if they have a Goldie Roger, I think we still win this. Even if we have a Goldie Roger in their hand, we would still win this. They passed back. That was a very, very patient thing to do. Very mature gameplay here, guys. Very mature gameplay. Okay, but let's see what happens. Now, there is a 6-cost Yamato here. Okay, boom. Going to use a 6-cost Red Rock here. They're going to go ahead and bottom deck the blocker. And here we go. Let's see what happens. They swing in for 7, leader effect, and 1K counter. This is now a 7,000 power leader, and that's all that's left. So hang on. They're going to take it, forcing the attack in 13K to get out. Very nice. Okay, they had 7K life, or 7,000 power, remember, guys? So triple Hiyori goes to 13. That is going to be good game. Wow, awesome game by the Nami player. Let's wait for the winner title to go on there. Excellent job by both players. That seemed like a very good game going both ways. Pudding was the big MVP in this game. It absolutely demolished the blue-yellow ace, the red-blue ace player's hand. That was awesome. What a game that was. And I have to say, blue-yellow Nami looking very good here. Being able to run cards like the 6-cost Kuma, the 10-cost 12K Edward Newgate blocker, the 7-cost 8K Nico Robin, the new 5-cost Nami from EB-03. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to get access to those cards for some time over here in the West. For those who are not aware, over here in the West, so we just got OP-13, right? We are going to be getting OP-14 in January. That's right, guys. Very soon, right around the corner, only 2 months away, we're going to be getting OP-14 with, get this, guys, with EB-04, not 3, 4. We will not get EB-03 until February. I don't know why they do it like that, but that is how they chose. That is how Bandai has chosen to do that, to get us caught up with the East. I'm just glad we're getting caught up. I'm not saying it's done in the best way possible. I'm just glad we're being caught up with the East. So, yeah, that's that. So, we will not have access to some of these cards for some time. I feel like Bandai has done everything in their power to make sure the West cannot play blue-yellow Nami. We do not have this card right here, the promo young girl card, whatever it's actually called. And, of course, we will not have EB-03 for some time either. It is really unfortunate because there's a lot of blue-yellow Nami enthusiasts over here in the West. I would love to play blue-yellow Nami, guys, but I feel like it's missing all these good cards. And do y'all remember what happened with ST22, the blue Ace and Newgate deck that had the 7-cost Odin that was really helping blue-yellow Nami compete back in, what was it, OP-11 and 12? I can't remember exactly. We didn't get that for a long time either over here in the West. Like, we got it in a much more extended time period than the East did. Very unfortunate. I know there's a lot of blue-yellow Nami players out there who want to be able to play it, but we keep getting, detoured every single time. Like, sorry, you don't get the promo. Sorry, we're not getting EB-03 until now. We'll see what happens in the future. I'm really hoping we even get the promo young girl. I'm not sure that that's even been confirmed yet, and I would like to know how they're going to do that when it comes to, like, World Championship games in the future. If we don't have access to all the promos in the West, how is that going to help us? You know what I mean? Now that we're finally being caught up with the East, what are they going to do to fix that? Who knows? They might include them in something like a PRB set in the future. There are options they can do in the future. We'll have to see what happens. Okay, I'm done yapping, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Let me get the outro page on the screen here. Thank you to everybody who made it this far. I hope y'all enjoyed that game from the East. A very high-level game from the East with two very talented players. They played very well. Did I miss something, guys? Tell me down in the comment section below. Was there a more clear-cut path to victory for the red-blue ace player? Did the blue-yellow Nami player make any mistakes? Be sure to say, be sure to share all that down in the comment section below. All right, I'm done. Hope y'all enjoyed, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, or viewing my stuff, or using my TCG Player affiliate link, thank you so much, guys. Those are big ways to help me out that don't really cost you any, like they don't cost a dime. Okay, technically TCG Player does, but it doesn't cost any extra to use my affiliate link. If you are donating through Patreon or PayPal, if you're a Playmat supporter, if you're a YouTube member, or part of the Discord community, thank you so much as well, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. This community has been incredible. All right, I'm done. Hope you all enjoyed. Till next time, peace.